Well, on today's episode, we have Catherine from My Jewellery Shop coming in to talk to us.
We are talking all things jewellery. There's advice for blokes, also the trends that are current at the moment, and something that shocked the both of us about how often you should be cleaning your very important engagement ring.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sad to say it's been never.
All loved up and ready to propose? Or maybe you're searching for the perfect wedding ring. My Jewellery Shop are your engagement and wedding ring experts. At My Jewellery Shop, it's your time to shine. Gold Coast Highway, Nobby Beach, and myjewelleryshop.com.au. Moira Major and Nikki Amos.
We pronounce you unfiltered. Today we're joined by Catherine from My Jewellery Shop. They're locally family-run Gold Coast jeweller, and they're experts in both natural and lab-grown diamonds. We've got so many questions for you, Catherine. How long has My Jewellery Shop been going now?
My jewellery shop's been going since 2010.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And you would have seen so much change in that time period. What were you doing before My Jewellery Shop?
I actually had Burleigh Showcase Jewellers down at Stockland, Burleigh Head.
So you've been around jewellery.
Yeah, I've been in retail since 2002.
Yeah.
And I've grown up in the jewellery industry since 1977.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Very little, working in our family business, wholesaling and importing.
So you've been around jewels the entire time?
Yes.
That's exciting. And also just a natural progression, really.
Natural,
isn't it?
and it's a beautiful trade to be in, actually.
Oh,
would
I
be.
can imagine.
Well, most of the time you're making people very, very happy.
That's
Yes,
right.
exactly.
And everyone's in love and they're coming in and they're excited.
The beginning of love.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. I think we all realised.
Gush, gush.
Gush is always nice. So what would be one of the most beautiful proposal stories that you've had? So you obviously you can work with people to design the rings, everything like that. So it's the perfect ring. What kind of stories have you got about those?
Well, we pride ourselves on taking our lovely customers, clients, through the journey from start to finish. So with us, it's not just walk in and purchase a ring off the shelf and say, that'll do.
Yeah.
We don't like that'll do. So we really encourage, particularly the men, to do their research, and we don't mind if we meet with them more than once, 2 or 3 times if need be, to find out everything we possibly can about their partners, and then we create the ring to really suit their partner's lifestyle and their own personal style. So we've had some beautiful, beautiful stories and some beautiful proposals, and it does restore your faith in love.
Yes.
And some of the young men are just so beautiful. They just go so over the top, and they put their absolute heart and soul into every single minute detail of the design, of the stone selection, how long it's going to take, how much they're going to spend. We even help them with the actual proposal ideas.
Oh, wow.
It's
That's a
literally
one-stop
from
shop. That's
from
excellent.
they walk in and go, and some of them are shaking. They are so
Yes.
nervous, and saying, "I need to pick a ring," and we're like, "Oh, okay." This
'Cause
one's
some
really
women-
nervous. Come and take a seat. And then so we ask all of the questions. Maybe check out their partner's profiles on social so we can get a feel for their style. Are they,
Yes.
and then guide them and, help them make the
Yes,
right decision
they
that's
need a
right
lot
for
of
them.
guidance.
Yes, a lot of help.
Yeah, not necessarily, not the cheapest, not the most expensive, but what is
Right.
right for them.
Do you have couples come in as well and choose
Actually,
to
often.
get,
I was
Yes.
going to say, because I know someone in my realm at the moment where she basically said unequivocally no way he could choose the ring for himself. So,
she was very much wanting the ring design it herself.
Yeah.
Wow.
She wanted to choose what she wanted. She didn't trust that he would. So, I mean, this is amazing to sort of let blokes know that there's a place that
There
they can
actually
go,
is,
that
and
you will look after them from
hold
start to
their
finish
hand,
and hold,
And that helps the women as well.
It does.
Absolutely.
Because the women know they can send them
They
there.
can, and rely and trust you to do the right thing.
And sometimes you're a little bit of a psychologist because
Of course.
the men, they don't know about jewellery, so
No.
they have no appreciation
Yeah.
of how much things cost, how
Yep.
long things take.
Yep.
but all they know is that they want their partner to have something beautiful. The flip side is the girls have now seen these, amazing engagement rings on TikTok, and they want one of those.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's got to be these conversations to try and find some balance
To bridge the gap.
between what the blokes think they want to spend and what the girls would like to have at the end. And that's a process in itself. If you ask them, how much is a set of golf clubs or a fishing rod, they'd know instantly.
Yeah.
But they just don't, we've sort of got to relate it to that sometimes.
Can I ask, is it, back in the day it used to be like 3 months worth of salary is what you would indicatively spend on is it around, what would that average price point, I guess, if you're looking for would be?
Look, every single client is very, very different. The first thing that we try and do is to have the conversation about where they are in their life right now, what's important to them before we even discuss budget on the ring. If they're very young and maybe they've finished uni, then obviously they're not going to have the same budget of a client that is in their mid-30s that have had a house together and they've already got 2 kids. It's very, very different. So, look, as a ballpark, somewhere between the sort of $5,000 to $10,000 at the moment is sort of an expected budget. And we will work within any budget, to be honest.
Those rings are, like you said, on TikTok. They're actually, most of them are actually quite gaudy because they're just so big.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking about one of the soccer players' partners.
Oh, that one recently.
She can't, I think her hand's going to fall off. Like it literally just looks like, and she's this teeny tiny little thing. The ring's almost bigger than her head.
Yeah, it is quite a fashionable thing right now. When we spend time together, I try and take that as a bit of inspo for style, but I will then bring them back and say, this is the most important decision you will ever make on your own without your partner.
Yes.
So we want her to look down and say, oh, my God, I love my ring. Now, whatever that is for her, that's what it has to be. But also, what is she going to still love when she's 60? So maybe we bring it back a little bit and we, put some bling into the wedding ring and the eternity ring because they can always be moved to another finger, swapped out, stacked with something else. But the engagement ring, yes, there has been a little tendency to go a little bit over the top lately, but depending on the personality of the girl, some girls can hold it very well and some probably should have had one a little smaller. But that's where the lab-grown diamonds come into.
Okay, so this is lab-grown. We really want to talk to you about this because it's fascinating.
Absolutely.
So we heard that you were the first one in Australia to sell a lab-grown diamond.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
So I was working with the growers in New York. There's a family there. They were the first to bring the lab-grown diamonds to the jewellery industry. He made a trip to Australia and introduced them to the trade, and I got to know him quite well. And he had an amazing system where we could actually dial, and we still do this, we dial directly into the portal and we can see what stones are there. We can see all of the certificates, 360 videos, all sorts of things. So, we just, while 99% of the trade were absolutely petrified, I just grabbed it and said, great, it's just another option. It doesn't mean we don't sell mine diamonds or argyle diamonds or, pink diamonds. It's just another option to fit into a price point. So they're beautiful. They're chemically and visually exactly the same as a mine diamond.
So what is it that they are grown in? Can you talk to us a little bit about you mentioned when we were talking off air, they start with a slither and then they go, so what's the actual process from that?
They start with a little seed. Some of we might call them the IVF baby of the diamond world.
I love it, yes.
And with technology, it's really like a reactor. They've replicated exactly what happens under the ground and they're grown above the ground. So it just means that we can grow absolutely spectacular, very white, very eye-clean diamonds much faster.
And you can watch them?
Well,
can you
no.
watch them?
No. That's a bit of a secret squirrel thing.
Right.
You can't just go and have a look and watch it. No.
Yeah,
it's been very, very closely guarded, the whole growing process.
Okay.
So hopefully one day I get to actually go and see one.
You've never
grow.
seen it?
No. It's under guard.
Yeah.
So it's not something that.
So are there people around the world growing them?
Yes.
or are there only select, like that you have to obviously...
Have a license, or is it
Are there any a number of people who do it?
There are more and more growers
Right,
now.
okay.
And as technology is evolving and it's becoming easier to grow, the machines themselves that they used to grow them in are now much smaller. They can have more of them. They can run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There are literally scientists that do all of this. And it's not just for jewellery. They're using it in commercial things as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we can now do even lab-grown diamond initial necklaces for your... so we could do an M for more.
Nice.
But it's a single diamond rather than lots of little diamonds.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You
So
can
grow it in the
actually-
shape.
Yep, you can grow it in any shape.
So
That is
ethically, of
spectacular.
course, better.
Yes.
But price-wise,
It's
dramatically different.
considerably less than mined diamonds. I mean, at the end of the day, the earth will eventually run out of
Yes.
diamonds. And through COVID also, there was no growing, there was no stock coming out of the ground. What was taken out of the ground, the polishers weren't working, the cutters weren't working.
Wow.
So we ended up with a backlog of, and so there was less on the market. That has all eased off now, and it's there's still plenty of stock.
Yeah.
So it depends on each individual client as to what's more important to them. So
Can you tell the difference?
No.
Yeah, that's what I find fascinating.
Yeah.
Is it?
I have a machine that I purchased from the US that I can test them,
Yep.
Okay.
but some of the best people in the trade literally cannot tell the difference.
Wow.
It just seems so. I don't know. It seems like such a great option. Like
It's a perfect option.
Yeah.
And for young couples coming in, do you want to spend $7,000, $8,000, $10,000, or do you want to spend $20,000?
Yep.
At this time in your life,
Yeah.
what is more important? If you've got a mortgage or, HECS debt or whatever,
Yeah.
or
Yes.
you decide, we're going to take 6 months and we're going to travel, or I want to take her to somewhere exotic and propose.
Yeah.
And, 99% of the girls, they are so thrilled that their partner has taken
Taken
the
the
time
initiative, yeah.
to design it and hand select the diamond with us, and all the love that's gone into it. To them, that is far more important
Yes.
than the actual stone coming out of the ground.
Wow.
There's a lot of sentiment.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely. So what are the
definitely.
big trends at the moment when it comes to design, ring designs? I mean, you said people are looking at TikTok, people are looking at that. What are what's happening right now at the end of 2025?
End of 2025, going into next year, we're definitely seeing probably one of the biggest shifts in design that we've seen for quite a while.
Oh, that's
Probably in the last 5 to 10 years, we've seen some fancy shape stones, but still quite classic in style. A lot of two-tone, so the band is yellow gold, and
yeah.
then the gallery is either platinum or white gold.
Okay.
We've had little hidden halos of little diamonds under the main stone,
Yep.
but a finer band stacked with wetters. Now we're seeing that girls want to really express their individual style. Definitely a lot more yellow gold,
Yes, I've seen
and
that.
a lot chunkier in style.
Yep.
Fancy shapes, so marquee shape, pear shape, beautiful long elongated cushion cut shapes. The stones set east-west, so they run across the finger
okay.
rather than down the finger.
Yeah.
And if you've got a fancy shape, it's beautiful, and not necessarily completely straight east-west, maybe tilted just a little. Nice curved bands and thicker, more polished, domed wedding rings that will fit into it. And they don't have to be matchy-matchy and really perfect in design either.
Yeah.
But definitely more of a bold statement of their own personality and style.
Yeah. I guess Taylor Swift kind of changed everything for a lot of people as well with that design of her ring.
Yes.
And there's certain celebrities as well that the rings are just, I mean, Princess Kate, of course, that would be one that's just literally, it's iconic. That ring is just absolutely beautiful. And there's but the Taylor Swift ring, I think, as well, is also, what's so special about that ring?
I think because it's just not your classic traditional claw set, solitaire. That's it. It is very much suits her style.
Yes.
Yeah.
No one else has one like it.
No.
funny enough, I had designed one and had one being made for a client that was nearly identical.
Stop
You're
it.
kidding.
Yes, before she proposed, actually.
Wow.
And so you had a client. Does that mean they didn't?
No, we have the
You
client.
have a client. Okay, I was
Yes.
thinking they were like, I don't want a Taylor Swift ring.
No. But we actually had customised some engraving down the band in a pattern that was special to their family. So we'd put it down the band, but it was very similar in
wow.
style. But yes, you're right. I think Taylor's ring nearly gave other girls permission to think outside the square.
Absolutely.
And say, you know what,
Daring.
actually, I don't want a plain round
Yep.
Yeah.
in 6 claws with a skinny little band.
Yeah.
I want something that is a bit of more
Statement.
of a reflection of who I really am.
I wanted colour in my ring. I wanted like big, bold colours. But like you said, that was how many years ago? And would I still want that
Love it
now?
now.
That's the big thing. And the classic diamond is timeless.
It is.
But also the individuality, I think, like you said, more women are thinking differently about that. That's going to be with them for life, fingers crossed. But it's also got to age well.
That's right. And there are ways of bringing your own personality into a ring design that isn't going to date.
Mm-hmm.
If you think back, we do a lot of custom design and remaking old jewellery as
Yeah.
well.
Yes.
So often we will have girls or guys come in with their mum or their grandmother's rings. And I don't know if you remember, but in the 70s and 80s, there were these ones that looked like skyscrapers. There were these great big cocktail rings.
Yes.
And the diamonds sat and they were all tapered and tiered
Yeah.
at different heights. And you think, my goodness, at what point did anyone think that was sensible in design? But, I mean, it was fabulous because it was all the rage back then.
Great weapon.
But we do pull them apart and we're able to incorporate family diamonds into the new rings
isn't
as
that
well.
beautiful?
Sometimes even in the men's wedding ring.
Beautiful.
So even if they're little tiny stones or maybe a little birthstone, we can put them inside the band. So they're not even hidden. They're not even seen, sorry.
They're
hidden.
actually in there.
Yeah.
And so what's the most popular thing when it comes to redesigning? Is it bringing in family things to a new ring? Is it divorce and then also going through to redesign for the other hand, keeping that ring? Is it earrings? Is it necklaces? Or is it mainly rings?
It's everything.
Yeah.
We clients come at different times of their life. If it is bridal and it's engagement rings and wedding rings, often it will be something from a grandmother or a mother. Maybe they had a nice pair of diamond studs and they lost one.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one diamond, see if you can use it. Or here's Nana's gold chain and a pendant and we can melt that and use that. So
I've
it's
got
all little bits and
stacks
pieces.
to bring to you. I'm already thinking of all my grandma's jewellery that I can bring
But it's
on down.
beautiful. You know, if your grandma was looking down now, she'd be so thrilled
Of
that it's actually going to get
Yeah.
taken out of a box
Yes.
and
Remade into something
remade
that we
into
can
something
wear.
that someone is going
Yeah.
to enjoy and love. You know, jewelry is an expression of your family, and it should not be stuck away in a box. It
No,
should be
absolutely.
on and loved and
Yeah,
admired
like you
and
said,
shown off.
my brain's going a million miles an hour as well. Up next, we're going to share some stories about our own redesigning experiences with jewellery.
And I think we need some more tips for the blokes. What do you reckon?
Absolutely, they need as much help as they can get. I know that I've got a lot of jewellery that's just sitting around, old pieces, usually from my aunt, my auntie, beautiful Auntie Glenda. God bless her little cotton sock. She had good taste in jewellery.
And the grandparent, my grandparents, I've got European
Oh,
jewellery.
yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, if it is, just sitting around at my jewellery shop, they can breathe new life into your old jewellery. I would like to honour some of my mum's and my aunt's jewellery by putting it together
absolutely.
into something really nice. Now, obviously, I need help with that. Now, if you're like me and have some jewellery just sitting around, you need some help, you want someone you can trust, take your near forgotten pieces and redesign them into the now while still maintaining that sentimental importance.
You're taking something old, add your special touch, and we create something new.
Beautiful and a lovely way to remember someone very important. At My Jewellery Shop, it is your time to shine.
Gold Coast Highway, Nobby Beach.
And myjewelleryshop.com.au.
You can find them on Instagram too.
All loved up and ready to propose? Or maybe you're searching for the perfect wedding ring. My Jewellery Shop are your engagement and wedding ring experts. At My Jewellery Shop, it's your time to shine. Gold Coast Highway, Nobby Beach, and myjewelleryshop.com.au.
funny story. So my mum passed when I was 15, but she had a sapphire and diamond engagement ring. Then over the period of time, she bought another ring, which was sapphire and diamond. Little did we know before she passed, because she was unwell with cancer, little did we know that she'd gone to a jeweller's and she'd actually put one on lay-by. So there were 3 of them. So there's one for my brother, one for my other brother, and one for me. But we had no idea. So she'd gone to this jeweller at Pacific Fair and she'd gone and done it.
Yeah.
And then she'd passed. And then we got a letter from them, or probably a home phone call at this stage in the 90s.
Yeah.
Mrs. McGregor, is there a chance? And we were like, we have no idea what you're talking about. So she actually made sure she had one for each of us, which was
that's
gorgeous.
lovely.
And my eldest brother took the engagement ring and got that made into his now wife's ring as well. So there's so many beautiful stories that you can actually keep them alive, so to speak. I know that's a bit, but it is actually keeping that story alive as well.
Definitely.
Beautiful.
And even for the men. So we can melt, say, your father's wedding ring. You know, we can take it and cut it in half, and your boys could put half each of that gold into their wedding ring. So as they grow up, then they can be wearing a piece of their grandfather with them, and then we engrave that. We can actually engrave them with the wedding date, but we can actually engrave them with whoever had them previously. So say your father's initials, and then they pass it down to their children. So it's a lovely way to keep that going.
My husband did that when his father passed away. There's 4 boys, 4 brothers, or 4 all boys. So they got his ring and they cut it into 4, and then his ring became a plate that they put the Southern Cross in diamonds in.
Oh, wow.
At the top, and then my husband lost his in the Broadwater, but then I went to I grabbed one of the other brothers' ones and got it remade exactly, but it didn't have Dad's original piece, so it was super sad. But an example of that.
But if somebody else in the family had a similar ring, we could actually copy it and remake it.
Yeah, that's what we did. That's what I did. I
But it
grabbed
still
one of the
didn't
brothers.
have the...
Well, it didn't have the extra his actual wedding ring in it, but it was identical, and the other brothers wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
But, unfortunately.
How does it fall off in the Broadwater?
You would not believe how many wedding rings are in the water on
Really?
the Gold Coast. It's such a regular thing. It's not funny.
It is, because you got to think, when they're in the water and you're in the water for a long time, like you get cold, everything shrinks. So you want to get a ring off, go on and
Maybe that's what I need to do with mine, is go and swim in the broad. So we were just chatting as well. I've never taken my wedding ring off. I've got three bands. I've never taken them off. I should be taking them off.
Absolutely. For the health of your finger, you definitely should be taking them off. And if
And
you
how
can't
often?
take them off,
Yes.
you need to have someone like us or take them off for you, let your finger go back to its normal size, and then we would size your finger and then properly to resize them. So they should be easy to slide on, and then have to give them, if you pinch them on the sides and then give it a little wiggle to walk it off, then if you were to have a fall or an accident, you should be able to get them off. If not, we have seen many, many clients that have had broken fingers, surgeries, all sorts of things, because their jewellery got in the way. I won't go too gory for you, but yes. But for the long-term health of your finger, you really should take them off. And we do recommend for ladies who like to wear their rings all the time and not take them off. We are actually creatures of habit, and we do the same thing every day. And we know when people come in with the rings to have them cleaned or checked.
Oh, yes.
We can say, do you leave your ring on all the time? And they look at us and say, how do you know? And we say, because all the claws on one side are worn off and the others are nearly perfectly
Wow.
kept. So even if it's every Sunday night, take it off,
Change it over.
around and put it back on the other way so that it wears evenly.
I've never even thought about
I've
that.
never thought about that either.
And even with your wedding ring wearing against your engagement ring, because you've got 2 bands constantly.
Yes.
rubbing,
Yeah.
Well, I don't
So-
know what happened with mine, but one band went underneath the other ring. I have no idea how this happened. I actually am going to hide it from you now, Catherine, because I'm embarrassed.
Well, that's probably not good either, because the under rail of your engagement ring is probably
Will be
wearing away the top
wearing
of
it.
that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, yes, you just told me mine needed a good clean.
Yes. Actually, how often should you get your ring cleaned?
At least minimum every 6 months.
Okay.
Wow.
Because when we
Okay.
clean it, we are also checking the claws, checking the setting, make sure that there's nothing bent. because you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what to look for.
No.
So we have our loop and our eyeglass and we go over it and check it, buff it, clean it, make sure that the stone's nice and tight. And it's normal that little things can happen. Balls can get slightly bent. They can get bent on your clothes, your hair, bath towels, anything. So
Well, this one here, I know the viewers can't see, but this one here, that whole setting clasp came out.
Yeah, that
and it was through COVID actually, and I was doing online free classes for dance. And
Of course you were. I love that.
And so class had finished, I was cooking dinner, and I went to press the Thermomix or whatever it was, and I noticed it was gone. And I was on the phone to a friend, and she's like, go back to the video and watch. So I actually watched it in slow-mo, fall out of the thing. I kicked it into the rocks. So we've got all these rocks around our back patio, and I was not going inside until I found it. And I reckon I found it within 10 minutes of with a torch in the rocks, and I found it. Couldn't believe it.
We've had a lot of clients lose whole settings or stones. So it is vitally important, no matter where
Get
you
them
live, go
checked.
to your local family jeweler and at least every 6 months set a reminder in your phone. We have a system in our store where we actually send reminders to our clients. So
great.
because 6 months goes very, very fast.
It does.
And just so that we can maintain it free of charge.
Yes.
Just someone to check over it. And we've had many clients. One lady took her wheelie. She lived on a farm and took her wheelie bin all the way up this gravel driveway, got to the other end, got back in the house and realised that her 2-carat diamond was missing. She just had a plain band on, and it's, of course, late at night waiting for the bins. And she didn't know if it was in the bin or in the gravel. So her and her husband are out with torches all night on their hands and knees. They found
Please,
it.
I was going to say,
Oh,
please
thank
tell
God
me
they
they
found
found it.
I've had a lady vacuum her grass in her backyard at 3 o'clock in the morning because she knew she'd been out with her kids on the trampoline.
But what a great way, because it's going to get sucked up and then you can find it.
she's vacuuming the grass trying to find her setting.
Yeah.
Like, we've had some hilarious stories. Yes.
I bet you
so
have.
care and maintenance is critical.
Absolutely.
And even jewellery insurance, we offer 2 companies that we work with.
Yep.
We just suggest them, and they are industry-specific, standalone jewellery insurance. That's all they do. They're not house and contents, and they cover you for anything, unconditionally, anywhere in the world.
Okay.
Lost, damaged, stolen, and it's so inexpensive. But
That's so good.
if you are a gentleman and you're proposing, may I suggest that, yes, we do recommend that we send the information through to the insurance company on their behalf, because anything can happen anywhere in the world. They can go on a boat and propose and drop it over into the water. That's happened.
I've seen that
Put
in
a
the
box
video.
in Talabudgera Creek, and it got washed away, and they lost the whole thing. So people go skiing. They've gone, hiking and lost the wedding ring and the engagement ring in the snow. So, yeah.
Insure.
In maintenance,
Maintenance and insure.
yes, just having someone that can give you the right advice.
Yeah.
Actually.
Before we let you go, I know I've been thinking, what's the most expensive ring you've ever created for someone?
It was quite substantial.
Very
Said like a true lady.
Yes.
I won't divulge the
Okay,
exact,
don't.
yeah, but it would have been back then. You probably could have bought a nice home with it. So
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
yeah. Again, everybody is different.
Everybody
Yeah,
is
but
different.
But we've sold $299 engagement rings and pretty much everything in between.
Wow.
So, yeah, it has to be a really true reflection of that person.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and just with the gentleman, and you asked me a question earlier about whether couples coming together. I do get to a point with the girls where I will politely request that they step back and
That's good.
say,
So there's
you know
some-
what, you need to let your partner have some enjoyment in this,
Input.
and you will appreciate a surprise. You may
That's
not want
right.
it now,
Yes.
but when you reflect back on it, you will be very thankful that you did have that surprise.
That's
so for
beautiful
goodness
advice.
sake, stop checking his emails. Stop stalking the bank account every 5 minutes.
Yes.
And just let him be and enjoy the process.
That's good advice, because I think it would be nice to, have a nice surprise, even if you're quite, what's the word, controlling over that
Yes.
process.
Yes.
It would be nice
Yes,
to have
it's
a little
not
surprise.
unusual for the girls to ring when the FPOS machine's gone through and they ring them and they're still in the shop saying, what are you doing at my jewellery shop? And we're like, oh my gosh, please
Who's
just...
stalking
You need to
their
change the name of it
account?
that comes up on the
Oh,
FPOS shop.
I know.
do.
Well, we've discussed it.
Oh,
Don't worry.
that could be fun.
That could be fun.
We've actually, part of the conversation, do your girls control the bank account?
Yes.
If it's a
Yes.
yes, we say, okay, you need a plan B.
Yep.
Do you have a brother, sister,
Yep.
mum, dad, best mate? I've had bosses come in and pay for engagement rings, all
Wow.
sorts of stuff,
Yes.
because there's nothing worse than spoiling the surprise.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Imagine if you've been waiting for it for how many years, and then you finally see it. And then, well, what if they don't? Oh my gosh, that would be even worse. But you see it, so you're just on edge the entire time. You know it's going to happen.
When is he going to ask?
Yeah.
When is he
I
gonna
like that
ask?
idea, telling people to go and use someone else's bank account.
Yes.
And pay them back, of course. That'd be a good thing too.
Please.
Absolutely.
Please pay them back. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, Catherine. It's been a pleasure, and some really, really great tips as well. Even just the fact about turning the ring round on a Sunday after, I've never even thought about it.
Taking them off.
Taking them off.
Letting your fingers breathe a little.
We have to get some butter.
Get it done.
A lot of butter, I think, for my finger.
And for the young men or ladies that are wanting to propose, just do some research. Take your time. Please try and find out at least their finger size-ish.
Oh.
Do they wear yellow gold or white gold?
Yes.
Yeah,
Do
some
they want a
basic
coloured stone?
questions.
Some very basic
Have
questions.
you got something on your website if they were looking that they could go to for,
Some cheat sheets, yeah.
Yeah,
Love it.
brilliant. Love
Yeah,
that.
so-
Because, the blokes need
Yes.
a bit of...
They need
They
to
do.
read it and,
Yeah.
go through it
Yeah.
themselves.
Tick, tick, tick.
Well, thank you,
Thank
Catherine.
you so much, Catherine. It's been a pleasure to meet
Wonderful. Yeah, thank you so much. And we're very proud to also be sponsoring the podcast.
you. Yes,
too, so
thank you very
Thank
much
you
for
very
being our
much.
sponsor.
That's wonderful.
Absolutely.
If you do know someone getting married, share this episode with them, particularly if someone is thinking about getting married too, proposing. This will be really, really helpful.
I can't believe they offer proposal ideas.
Oh, it's great.
It's so
Fantastic. Now, you can actually go in there and check it out. They are in Nobby's Beach as well. But make sure, this is so important. There's so much that Catherine shared with us that blokes just don't know.
Absolutely.
If you enjoyed the show as well, please take a moment to rate it. We only like 5 stars on whatever podcast app you're using. Share it on social media, and we're also on YouTube as well now.
We are. Leave us some comments. Give us some ideas.
We'd love your support. It'll really help us grow and help more people with their wedding journeys.
All loved up and ready to propose? Or maybe you're searching for the perfect wedding ring. My Jewellery Shop are your engagement and wedding ring experts. At My Jewellery Shop, it's your time to shine. Gold Coast Highway, Nobby Beach, and myjewelleryshop.com.au.
Woodwork Podcasts.